I'm going to be showing you guys a new formation and tactics that I've used to get 20-0. So hopefully this helps you out, and leave a like if it does. If you're tired of coming up against teams like this, you can get some foot coins through MMO EXP using the link down below. You can also use code JambooUK for 5% off. So guys, it's a little bit of a different one. I wouldn't say that this is like a top meta formation or anything, but you guys like to see what I use, so I'm going to show you it in this video. It's something a little bit different. It's one that I've done on previous FIFAs. I used it and it worked well in champs, you know, we got a 20-0, so hopefully you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new for the best tactics on YouTube, and let's get into the video. Okay, so as most of you guys know, I don't actually play on my own account, barely ever. I run a weekend league service. If you guys want me to play for you and get you the best rewards, link is in the description. So that is why my main team is pretty far behind the power curve, you know. 85 Dembele, not ideal. We've still got Pogba in there, the old Di Maria. It's not great, but it's also not too bad. So I'm going to show you guys these tactics, the instructions, and also talk about which players you want to be looking at playing in each position, like which type of player. So let's get into it. It is going to be a 4-3-3 fifth variation, and it's an interesting one because you obviously have a centre forward instead of a striker, but we do sort of modify that. They're going to play as a striker. You've got a CDM and 2 centre mids and then 2 wingers as well, and the instructions drastically change how this formation actually plays in game, so make sure that you stick around for them as well. But as you guys can see here, press after possession loss. You don't have to use this. The reason I do is because I play a lot of foot champs all in the same weekend, and anything that can save me time is vastly appreciated. So my thought process in champs is I'm trying to get people to rage quit as quickly as possible. So press after possession loss is a good way of doing that. I can get a couple of goals up early, but it's also more risky, right? So if you're not comfortable with that, balance is absolutely fine, but I do run press after possession loss. We've then got 50 width, 60 on the depth, balance and direct passing, 55 width, 6 players in the box, and 2 on the corners and free kicks. So let's have a little look at this here. So the fullbacks, if you can have them as players that are good at going forward, that is a massive boost. You don't have to set them to go forward and overlap, but I would recommend it. We'll get into the instructions, but I'm just giving you guys an idea. So for the CDM, I like to have still someone who obviously can defend, but is good on the ball as well. But if you were to go with someone like a Vieira, who's just a traditional CDM, that is absolutely fine. For the 2 centre mids, as good as they can be in the attack as possible, that is the better. Like, it doesn't really matter if they're not the best at defending. It's more about the creativity in the middle. For the striker, nothing really changes. You know, traditional FIFA meta, stick Mbappe up there. It doesn't really matter. And it's the same for the wingers, really. The way we're going to set this up with the instructions is it's going to sort of play like a 4-3-2-1 in game. That is what the tactics and formations seem to be on FIFA 23. It seems to be more about changing formations into other formations to make them better and stuff. I guess it's sort of what we've done here, to be fair, but that's how you guys can see I line mine up. If you can have a left footer on the left wing and a right footer on the right, that's ideal for the Travellas as well, but it's not completely necessary. And the striker can occasionally get quite isolated, so as much as you want it to be someone who's quick, good at dribbling and stuff like that, someone who can actually hold the ball up a little bit, you know, maybe like a Tots Benzema, if you can afford him. He's absolutely perfect for it. CR7, that sort of player. But Nkunku, when I do use this account, does a really good job for me. As you can see, I've got Pogba and Rodri here. Rodri is absolutely perfect for it because he's a defensive beast, but he's got the 5-star weak foot. You know, he's clinical when he gets a chance. Your centre mids are going to get involved a lot in the attack as well, which is something I do like about this setup. But let's look at the instructions. So we will start off with the wingers. I do have comeback on defence. As you can see, there's a massive gap between that left back and the left wing, and then the right back and the right wing. A huge gap in that area. You can have the midfielders set to cover the wing, which I occasionally do on some setups as well, to sort of compensate for that. It all depends on what instructions you add on the fullbacks. But come back on defence, cut inside, and get in behind. So essentially what we're trying to do here is we're turning it into a 4-3-2-1, because these wingers are essentially going to act as inside forwards, like a left and right forwards instead of wingers with the cut inside. And then with the getting behind, along with the actual striker, who's set to stay central and getting behind, you're going to have basically 3 strikers tucking in quite narrow, making those runs in behind. So it's essentially a 4-3-2-1, but with a CDM, which is actually very nice, because I normally set the centre mid in a 4-3-2-1 to stay back anyway. So having an actual CDM is very nice. But that is how we do the attackers. You can see here I do have cover wing on the centre mids. Like I say, if the fullbacks go forward, that is going to allow them to cover that space and you're not going to get caught out. What I will say about this setup is it's very good when it comes to actually keeping the ball. It's not often that you're ever going to get caught out, you know, with no options, because you've got so much out wide, you've got so many options in the middle, you've still got a striker, you've got 4 at the back, so you can pass from fullback to fullback. It's a very good formation for keeping the ball, but you can play direct with it as well, due to the fact that we will have those wingers tucking in on the attack. But like I say, just balanced on the centre mids, don't change anything at all there, and that works really well. You've got 2 sort of creative box-to-box players. For the CDM, you can do it 1 or 2 ways. For me, for someone like Busquets, I'm more than happy for him to step up and actually get involved in the attack. So I don't set him to stay back, but if you want that extra defensive security, you can do that, and it's not going to be too much of a hindrance. I just prefer to go all out. You know, I'm happy to have my players bombing up the pitch and actually offering in the attack as well. And someone like Busquets, who's so well-rounded, you know, good shooting, good on the ball, passing, he's absolutely perfect for it. And that's sort of the role Busquets, I guess, would have played back in the day in real life. He's an out-and-out CDM, but more than comfortable, you know, stepping into that midfield. We then get on to the fullback. So as you can see, I've gone balanced overlap. If you do struggle with your defending, you can put stay back while attacking and take the overlap off. I do feel like it hinders you quite a bit in the attack. Like, your fullbacks get involved. It's the same as a 4-3-2-1 in the sense that they just offer so much that it's worth having it on, in my opinion. But like I say, if you do struggle with your defending, you can get that CDM to stay back. You can get the fullback to stay back, and that can work really well. But guys, these are the tactics for the 4-3-3 5th variation. You can play some tiki-taka football using these. Let me know how you get on with them. I'd love to know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want me to keep bringing you, you know, these different tactics and stuff I try. I always get bored of using the same stuff, so I like to mix it up. Hopefully you guys do enjoy that. But leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.